So today I'm going to be showing you my Wonderkid 11. These are 11 Wonderkids from around the world that you may not have tried out so far in Football Manager 2024. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the channel. If you are new around here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and of course give the video a thumbs up and just dive in to our Wonderkid 11. So we're going to start things off with probably the most well-known one because he already plays in the Premier League is Bart Verbruggen. He's our goalkeeper within this 11 squad today, and of course he starts off over at Brighton within your saves. He only just joined from Anderlecht for 16.25 million, but for this save we've taken over Chelsea to put this 11 together and show you how it looks right now in real life. He's a 20-year-old goalkeeper playing over at Brighton right now, and attribute-wise straight away I'd have him starting in the Premier League right now because he looks really, really good. 20 years of age, he's going to develop throughout the whole entirety of your save and only get better throughout that save. Of course, at the start of your FM saves, he'll have a current ability of 131 already, which is pretty darn good, but he can go as high as 165 in his potential ability range, which is really, really good this year in FM 24. So let's dive into those attributes for Verbruggen right now. You can see physically got acceleration of 12, agility of 12, balance of 12, 14 in jumping reach as well for the 6'4" right-footed goalkeeper. Mentally as well, a composure of 15 there, concentration, decision making both at 12 with a work rate of 12, vision of 13. Leadership of 12, flair of 12 for a keeper as well, which isn't bad at all really for an attacking keeper as well. If you want to get him a little more as that sweep keeper attack role this year in FM 24. And what I do like his personality is a perfectionist trait as well. Player style, assertive as well. He's got so much to like in this keeper. But yeah, into the goalkeeping technicals now as well. You can see straight away, got throw to 12, rushing out of 12, reflexes of 14, punching tendency of 14, which can be a bit high maybe. You want to collect them balls more closer into your chest and catch those balls. With a passing of 15, a one-on-ones 12, kicking of 14, there's a lot to like about this keeper. Good communication, command of area of 15, and so much more with Bart Verbruggen. Next up, we head to right back. We look at the Agustín Giay. He will start your save over at San Lorenzo, of course, for this experiment. We have brought everyone over to Chelsea, but he does play for San Lorenzo in your saves right now. He's just 19 years of age. He's attacking fullback and has a lot to offer in terms of attributes. He can play as well as a wing back and even as a competent CM. And with a current ability already at 125 and a potential only of 142, it might not be the highest potential ability out of the right backs, but I do feel there's a lot of room to develop because he already looks so good already and can probably develop past that 142 mark and be worth an absolute bomb in the future. So let's go a little bit deeper now into this player. Of course, physically, see acceleration of 14, agility of 15, a balance of 13 with stamina at 14. The player track gets forward whenever possible as well. I love that within a fullback this year. Moving into his mentors now, his anticipation of 13, concentration, decision making both at 12 and 13, and off the ball of 14, a work rate of 13, and a teamwork and positioning of 11 and 14. Into the technicals, got crossing of 12, dribbling of 13. He will get them balls into the box for your big strikers, of course. A first touch of 13 with marking and tackling at both 13 and 14, alongside that passing and technique of 14 and 15. This next one is also a Premier League player already over at Bournemouth. Is Zabarnyi. Of course, for £20 million, he left Dynamo Kiev to join Bournemouth in real life, so it might be a bit of a hard transfer to get across to your team. But if you're the bigger team, though, get this guy in quick. Because with a current ability of 132, he has a potential range of 165, which is really high in FM this year. I don't think you'll get many centre-backs better than him. He's only 6'1", which does worry me, but with a jumping reach of 15, he will make up for that all day long. He's got a strength of 14, stamina of 15, a pace and acceleration of 13 and 14. So he's a bit of a quick boy at the back of that defence for you as well. He has a spirited personality as well, and his media handling style unflappable, which I do love to see. He could definitely be a leader in the future for your team. Looking at the anticipation of 14, a bravery of 13, composure of 15 with concentration, decision making both at 14 with a determination of 14. He's got a positioning of 14, which is really important for defenders this year in FM as well, with a teamwork of 16 and a work rate of 13. Moving into those technicals, you can see a heading of 13, which isn't great really for a 6'1" defender, so maybe not be your main man to aim for set pieces. But I do like the marking of 13, the tackling of 15, and even had a decent passing technique of both 11. So maybe you want someone a little bit bigger in your defence this year, someone quite young and still looks really, really good this year. How about the 20-year-old Riad? He's at Barcelona within your saves right now, but in the first season, he'll be on loan over at Real Betis. He's a 6'2" defender. He's left foot as well, playing that left side of that defence for you this year. And where he's not as fast as the other guy with the acceleration at only 12 and a pace of 14, he does have a better jump and reach of 15 and a strength of 13 for 6'2", probably going to win you a lot more headers in that box. Mentally, he looks really good as well. Bravery of 14, composure and anticipation both at 12, joined by concentration of 12 and decision-making of 13. Positioning of 13, teamwork of 15 and a work rate of 14. Technically as well, Chaddy has a lot to offer straight away. A first touch of 12, a heading of 14 with marking and tackling of both 14 and 13, joined by that passing of 13 and a technique of 12. Into the left-back position, and of course, there's like a Baldanzi over at Barcelona who's really, really good, but I thought I want to get some more different players you might not have heard of during this test. And of course, let's go first with Amar Dedić. He currently plays for RB Salzburg over in Austria right now, but has been on loan for a few seasons out at different clubs, and of course, being at the youth team over in Liga 2, left wing of Salzburg. He's just 20 years of age and already has 7 international caps now for Bosnia, and with a personality of fairly determined, he can develop very, very nice within your save. Straight away, looking at the current ability, he has 130 current ability, but has a potential ability of up to 155. But let's dive in to those attributes. Physically, he's fast straight away. Acceleration of 14, a pace of 16. He can get up and down that line all day long for you. With a high strength of 13 as well, stamina of 13, joined by a balance and agility at both 12 and 13. There's a lot to like mentally about this guy. Starting with the work rate at the bottom there at 14, a couple of 13s off the ball, positioning and teamwork. A leadership of 14 as well, with determination of 17, decision making, concentration, bravery and anticipation and composure, all between 12 and 13. This is what I look for in my fullbacks. Of course, there is one concern though. He is a right-footed fullback, so maybe play him as an inverted fullback on that left-hand side, because then he can cut inside onto that right foot and still put crosses into the box on that inverted side. But straight away, look at the first touch, the crossing and dribbling of 12 and 13, a marking of 13, a passing of 12, and a tackling technique, both 12 and 13. Moving into the midfield now, we're looking at Lucas Gourna-Douath, another graduate of Salzburg right now. Of course, we've made him into Chelsea for this simulation, but again, spent a few years there after joining from St Etienne for just £11 million back in 2022. Lucas can play in the DM, he can play in the CM role, he can play in both of those roles, and actually can play a right back as well a little bit here. Inconvincingly, but I mean, for me, probably going to play him as a CM or most likely as a CDM this season. At just 19 years of age, already been capped for the under-17s in France, and you'd imagine he'll be in the France first team in just a couple of seasons' time. Physically, he looks really good. 6'1", central midfielder. His acceleration of 13, stamina of 14, strength and pace of both 13. Where mentally he's really developed already for just 19 years of age, with determination of 16, joined by 12s and 13s in composure, concentration, decision making, with a bravery and anticipation at both 14, alongside a work rate of 13, a teamwork of 13, and a positioning of 14. Technically, he looks really, really good this year as well. First touch of 12, marking of 11, passing of 13, a tackling of 13. Along with that dribbling of 13, even a heading of 13 for the 6'1" central midfielder. Now, a few of you might have heard his name already this year, but he looks so good I had to get him in this list still. It's João Neves over at Benfica. He's the now under-20s captain of the Portugal national side already at just 18 years of age, and he looks absolutely insane in-game this year. He can play as a CM, he can play as a CDM, he can play as a cam, he can even play out a wide if you really need him to. He's a very versatile midfielder to have in your team this year. But let's dive into those attributes, and of course, physically, see 13 in acceleration, agility of 14, a pace of 13, a stamina of 16, and a strength of 12. Mentally, the high aggression of 17 can be a concern for you, but with anticipation of 13, bravery of 16, a concentration of 16 as well, with determination of 17. There's a lot to like about this player. A high leadership of 12 already at the age of 18 as well, of course, captaining the under-20 side for Portugal, with a teamwork of 14, a vision of 14, and even a work rate of 17. I mean, technically, this guy could probably walk into most Prem teams already looking at these attributes straight away. I'm looking at the dribbling of 14, a first touch of 14, even a crossing and corners at 12 set pieces as well. It's not bad at all. He has long shots of 11, he has heading of 12, which are pretty okay attributes to look at, but the passing of 14 and the technique of 14 are what really stand out for me with João Neves. And of course, going into the header, you can see right now, he has 139 current ability, but potential ability is high as 168. So next up, look at the right-hand side now, that midfield, that right wing position. This player can play as an out-and-out winger, or can play as an inside forward if you really need to, but I do feel you're probably best off as a winger. And you might think with the crossing of 12, why not an out winger? Because he is right-footed, he's better on that right-hand side, but of course you can play him out on the left if you really needed to. 19-year-old Nicolas Vlejo looks really, really good this year. If we dive now into the history, of course, he actually starts the game over Independiente on loan this season over at Talleres. And the young Argentine has a current ability of 115, but potential ability of only 137, which looks quite low, but for a more unknown player this year, he looks pretty special and worth a look at. Because when you do look at those attributes now for the 19-year-old, he looks really, really good. Let's go to the physicals first, with an acceleration of 14, a pace of 15, agility and balance of both 12 and 13. He's only 5'7", quite the smaller lad in this team, but he does look very, very good. Moving on now into the mentals, anticipation of 13, a composure of 13, with flair of 12, and off the ball of 13, with a work rate and teamwork of both 12 and 13. But the technicals where this guy stands out to me straight away. He could actually try and move maybe into a striking role, with a dribbling of 15, a finishing of 15, and the first touch of 15, joined by a passing of 14, a technique of 14, and even long shots of 12. Switching things up now to the left-hand side of that midfield, that left attacking role now. We're going with Gianluca Prissani. He starts the game over at Véliz, of course, like a former Wonderkid himself, Thiago Almada. And at just 5'5", he's probably the smallest player you're going to find in FM this year, or one of them smallest players. And physically, though, he doesn't do bad otherwise, with acceleration of 13, a pace of 12, agility of 14. But 17 years of age, these attributes can still develop. He likes to cut inside from both wings and likes to beat his opponents repeatedly as well. You love to see it. With anticipation of 13, bravery of 13, composure, concentration, decision-making, determination, all at 13. Driven by the work rate of 12 and vision and teamwork, both at 13, with a high flair of 14. He has a dribbling of 14 in his technicals there, joined by a first touch of 13, long shots of 12, passing of 12, a penalty taking of 13, and a technique of 13. Moving into the cam position, we now look at Tommaso Baldanzi. He will start your games over at Empoli and you can get him for quite a cheap price at the start of FM24. He comes in with a current ability of 129, but a potential ability of 174. That is absolutely monstrous this year in FM24. So let's dive more into the 20-year-old Italian midfielder now. He has a perfectionist personality trait, which I love straight away. He likes to run with the ball often. You can see why going through the attributes right now on screen. We start now with the physicals. Acceleration of 14, agility of 15, with pace and stamina at both 13. He's left-footed and 5'7", another small guy in that midfield for you this year. Mentally as well, the composure of 13, anticipation of 13, with decision-making and determination of both 14 and 16, with that flair of 14. And even off the ball of 15, a teamwork of 13, a vision of 15, and a work rate of 14. What doesn't this 20-year-old have already? And technically as well, he has a lot to look forward to using as well this year in FM24. Dribbling of 14, first touch and finishing at both 14, a long shot of 13, a passing of 14, a technique of 15. You could maybe even play him as a striker. And speaking of strikers, it's our last player in this list now. It's Alexander Aravena. He will start your game over in Chile, playing for Universidad Católica. At 20 years of age now, he's had 3 caps already for the Chilean national side already. He's going to develop into an absolute worldie this year in FM24. And where the current ability is 123 and the potential ability is only 144, I do believe he can definitely get better than what that potential ability shows. Because attribute-wise already, he's already looking ready. They can be a backup player in the Premier League straight away at just 20 years of age. With the acceleration of 13, agility of 13, based on that pace and stamina at both 12 there. He looks to move into the channels, comes deep to get the ball often, and even runs with the ball often. He has an anticipation there in 14 in the mentals there, joined by composure, concentration, decision-making, all at 13, and determination of 15. And off the ball of 13, a work rate of 13, a teamwork of 14, and a vision of 12. And technically, for 20 years of age, this guy looks so complete already. Corners, crossing, dribbling, and first touch, all at 14, with technique of 14. Joined by that finishing of 13 and a passing of 12. And here it is in all its glory. That Wonderkid 11 now. All 11 players have been through in this video. Make sure you check these guys out within your saves. So there we go. And that is my Wonderkid 11 FM24. 11 players you might not have heard of so far within Football Manager this year. You can get into your saves right now. Start developing them boys up straight away and get them to be absolute world beaters in FM24. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up as always. For more Wonderkid action, check these videos. Link down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very, very soon.